2 Chronicles 32, Sennacherib invades Judah. After these things and this faithfulness, Sennacherib, king of Assyria, came and invaded Judah and besieged the fortified cities, intending to take them for himself. When Hezekiah saw that Sennacherib had come and that he intended to go to war against Jerusalem, he decided, together with his officers and his soldiers, to stop up the water supply from the springs which were outside the city by enclosing them with masonry and concealing them, and they helped him. So many people came together and they stopped up all the springs and the brooks which flowed underground throughout the region, saying, "Why should the kings of Assyria come and find an abundance of water?" Also, Hezekiah resolutely set to work and rebuilt all the walls that had been broken down and erected towers on it, and he built another wall outside and strengthened the city of David and made a great number of weapons and shields. He also appointed military officers over the people and gathered them to speak them in the square of the city gate, and spoke encouragingly to them, saying, "Be strong and courageous, do not fear or be dismayed, because why? Of the king of Syria, nor because of all the army that is with him, for the one who is with us is greater than the one who is with him." That's right. With him there is only an arm of flesh, but with us is the Lord our God. I like that. Flesh is with them, but the Lord our God is with us to help us and fight our battles. And the people relied on the words of Hezekiah, king of Judah. Sennacherib undermines Hezekiah, and after this, the king of Assyria, while he was at Lachish, besieging it with all his forces, sent servants to Jerusalem to Hezekiah, king of Judah, and to all Judah and who were at Jerusalem, saying, "Thus says Sennacherib, king of Assyria, in what do you trust that you are remaining in Jerusalem under siege? Is not Hezekiah misleading you in order to let you die by famine and thirst, while saying, the Lord our God will rescue us from the hand of the king of Assyria? Has the same Hezekiah not taken away his Baal high places and his altars, and commanded Judah and Jerusalem, you shall worship before only one altar and burn incense on it? Do you not know what I and my fathers have done to all the people of the other lands? Were the gods of the other nations of those lands able to rescue their lands from my hand at all? Who was there among all the gods of those nations that my fathers utterly destroyed, who was able to rescue his people from my hand, that your God should be able to rescue you from my hand? So now do not let Hezekiah deceive or mislead you like this, and do not believe him, for no God of any nation or kingdom has been able to rescue his people from my hand or the hand of my fathers. How much less will your God rescue you from my hand? And his servant said even more against the Lord God and against his servant Hezekiah. So all this attack, letting you know, threaten. But the Assyrian king also wrote letters insulting and taunting the Lord God of Israel, and speaking against him, saying, as the God of the nations of other lands have not rescued their people from my hand, so the God of Hezekiah will not rescue his people from my hand. See, God doesn't rescue those people, so why is your God going to do that? God doesn't save those people. God doesn't heal those people. Why is God going to heal you? Don't let people put that doubt in your head at all. They shouted it loudly to the language of Judah, to the people of Jerusalem who were on the wall, to frighten and terrify them, so they might take the city without a long siege. They spoke to the God of Jerusalem as they spoke of the gods of the people of the earth, which are only the work of the hands of men. Hezekiah's prayer is answered, but Hezekiah the king and the prophet Isaiah the son of Amos prayed about this and cried out to heaven for help. And the Lord sent an angel who destroyed every brave warrior, commander, and officer in the camp of the king of Syria. So the king returned to his own land in shame. And when he entered the house of his God, some of his own children killed him there with a sword. Thus the Lord saved Hezekiah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem from the hand of Sennacherib, the king of Assyria, and from the hand of all others. And he gave them rest on every side. And many brought gifts to the Lord at Jerusalem, and valuable presents to Hezekiah, king of Judah. So from then on, he was exalted in all of the nations. In those days, Hezekiah became terminally ill, and he prayed to the Lord, and he answered him and gave him a miraculous sign. But Hezekiah did nothing for the Lord in return for the benefit bestowed on him, because his heart had become proud. Don't do it, Hezekiah. Therefore God's wrath came on him and on Judah and Jerusalem. However, Hezekiah humbled his proud heart, because both he and his inhabitants of Jerusalem, so the wrath of the Lord did not come on them during the days of Hezekiah. Now Hezekiah had immense wealth and honor, and he made for himself treasures of silver, gold, precious stones, spices, shields, and all kinds of delightful articles, and storehouses for the produce of grain, new wine, and olive oil, and stalls for all kinds of cattle, sheep, folds of the flock. Moreover, he made cities for himself and acquired an abundance of flocks and herds, for God gave him very many possessions. The same Hezekiah also stopped up the upper outlet of waters of Gihon and channeled them down to the west side of the city of David. Hezekiah succeeded in everything that he did. And so in the matter of the envoys of the rulers of Babylon who were sent to him to inquire about the wonder that had happened in the land, God left him alone only to test him in order to know everything that was in his heart. Now the rest of the acts of Hezekiah and his godly achievements, behold, they're written in the visions of Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amos, in the book of the kings of Judah and Israel. He slept with his fathers, they buried him, and all Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem honored him in his death, and his son Manasseh became king in his place. All right, thank goodness. You're like, no, keep going, keep going. Thank goodness he humbled himself. So even though he got that pridefulness, he humbled himself, and God was with him. That's what we need to have. So, all right, come back tomorrow. We'll read again.